What's going up, guys? It's Chini's Great, back for another, another video. I guess this is gonna be a Ride With Me Wednesday. It's actually really late right now. Today is Sunday. Really late at night, so my mom is asleep, so I have the mic on. I'm trying to be quiet and not wake her up. Yeah, so as usual, it's been a pretty hectic week. I haven't had time to write at all. Like, I literally have not had a day off since last Tuesday, I think. And I'm not gonna get a day off till Wednesday, so I literally have gone a week without a day off. Which I don't mind working, but it definitely makes it hard to write, and I don't know. Like, the only reason I'm writing right now is because tomorrow is Monday and I have to make an update video. So I have to have content for that video and have something to update you guys on. So on one hand, I kind of really hate that the only way I can make time to write is because I have a video. But on the other hand, a huge reason of why I made the channel in the first place is to stay accountable, be held accountable for this new challenge in my life of being a novelist. And so I guess it's working because I have to have a video up, I have to write, so I guess that's good. But I don't know, just been kind of thinking about where I'm going right now in the novel and life on YouTube. Just thinking about like what the point of everything is. And with this novel, I don't know, I've kind of realized like there's no hardcore like meaning behind it. Like, I thought of this story and there's like a way I want to develop characters and I want the story to be meaningful, but there's no personal meaning to me. And I've thought of two other novel concepts that I definitely, at some point in my life I would like to carry out, and those have a much more personal meaning to me in my life. And I don't know, I don't think that means I should abandon this at all because I'm so far into it, I might as well keep going, but it's just something to think about, I guess, because you kind of learn as you go, and this is a new thing for me. Writing is new for me, relatively. I mean, I've never written a novel before, I've never had a book published or stories published, so, I am a novice. And I guess one thing I didn't really think about, but I've learned since writing, is that I would like my novels to have much more personal meaning to me, and I also feel like that would make me more passionate about writing it. Not that I'm not passionate, but this story that I'm writing now is 100% fiction and doesn't really have any, it doesn't apply to me whatsoever. So it's really every single piece of it has come out of my imagination. Nothing is tied to reality, and at least not my reality. So I think it's a little bit harder to come up with a story because literally everything is just out of my head, just an idea, and it's just my imagination. Whereas if I had written a novel inspired by something that had happened in my life, at least I would have the basis of the story. I wouldn't have to make that up. It would already be there, and then I could just build on top of it. But I do have two novel concepts that I want to go ahead and try with, not right now, but at some point in my life, and one of them I'm really excited about. But it's kind of a time crunch because it's about someone I know, kind of like a documentary, I guess, or what's the book version, a biography, I guess. That makes more sense. I'm fucking tired, but not exactly a fiction biography. Is that a thing? I don't know, but I want to write it, and I just have to write it before he and I ever part ways, because people come in and out of your life naturally. So yeah, but I don't know, that idea excites me. But I've also been thinking about why I make videos, and like I said, there were two main reasons for me to start this channel. One was to be held accountable for writing, and the other one was to create a platform and create a fan base that's excited for my writing. So I think slowly but surely that's happening, but I don't know, since then I've put other kind of content on my channel, and there's like art videos, graffiti videos, and then just kind of creative videos, and I've found that I really fucking love making videos, and I love being creative with this, and I've always been a creative person, but now having video, it's just like a whole new platform I get to play with, and I think I've like fallen in love with making videos, and I know I'm not like that good at it by any means, but I just fucking love it. Like the graffiti videos, those take me so long. Like the drawing takes a long time, the filming takes a long time, and then the editing, because it comes out to hours and hours and hours of footage that I have to pack down in like 5 minutes. But I love being creative with those, like for sure. Like I have the most freedom. I can do whatever I want with those videos, and I have a lot of fun with it. And the Write With Me Wednesday too. Like the Write With Me Wednesday is how I started, like how I learned how to use the editing software that I use, because I knew basically when I started, it was really easy to figure out how to cut clips together, but that's it. And then so since then I've like experimented with all different things, and I still do. Every time I edit a new video like that, I put something new in it, but I just love it. And I love that I can tell a story with the video, even if like there's no dialogue or anything. So in addition to writing, I've kind of thought about like, where am I going with my job or with my life? And I don't know, like it really frustrates me that the majority, like a large majority of my time is spent at a job that I'm only doing to make money. Like there's no career in it. I'm literally only doing it for money. And it takes away all the time I have to do stuff that I'm really passionate about. But I mean, I love my job and I like the people I work with and stuff like that, but it's just like, I wish writing would be my source of income, and I wish writing would be like, would take up the majority of my time, because that's what I want to do for my career. But at the same time, I'm just trying to be patient with myself, because I know that, you know, I can't write a novel in a week. I can't become a successful writer in a month, or with one book, or anything like that. And becoming a writer, and like a successful writer, meaning I can make a living off writing and sustain myself, that's like, that could be potentially like decades in the making. So sometimes I have to remind myself that I get frustrated because I've been working on this novel so long, or that I can't finish a chapter in a week, or something like that, or I haven't really been published, or my business hasn't taken off, I haven't had any clients. And then I just think about like, I knew this wouldn't be like an overnight success or anything like that, don't get me wrong, but I think sometimes I forget like, this is potentially like decades in the making. But I'm just gonna go with it and see where it takes me. And when I get frustrated, I don't get frustrated. More than anything, I get anxiety when I think like, am I wasting my time, or am I not moving fast enough? Am I not progressing fast enough? And then I just have to think like, literally everything in life happens for a reason, and life has a way of taking you where you need to be, and things in life happen to you for a reason and completely out of your control. And like, no matter what happens to you, no matter what, like, you're put in that position, and like the universe has just made it happen. Like, I don't know, that sounds crazy, but like, think about like all the people I know and all the people I've met in my life and all the things I've gone through. It's like, I'm in this moment right now for a reason, and everything that I've ever lived through has put me in this position. And it's not like I chose all this. It's like it just happened because that's what the universe does, and that's what life is. So I know there's going to be a day where I'm not living in my mom's house and I'm making my own money, living in my own apartment with my own career. And it's not necessarily going to be all these choices that I made, but it's just like life happens. And life makes things happen. But the flip side of that is that I can't just lay around and wait for life to take me somewhere. Like, I still have to make decisions. And so I think it's good to like make moves and try to get to where you want to be, but also like stay calm and realize that you're going to get somewhere and you're going to get to where you're meant to be for a reason, no matter what you choose. And like, you just have to accept that, be patient, but also try to progress and do something important. And that's all you can do in life, is just try to do something important. So that's, I guess, what's been going through my head is like, what am I doing with all this? And then I just had to think like, I'm doing something that means a lot to me. I don't think I realized that until I just said it at that second, and it's just like a weight off my shoulders. Like, no matter where this takes me, if it takes me anywhere, or what happens to me in my life, like, right now, I'm making the right decisions because I'm doing something that's important to me. And that's really the only decision there is to make, is like, is this important to you or not? Is it going to help you get to where you want to be or not? Is it beneficial to you or not? Do you enjoy it? Are you passionate about it? And right now I'm passionate about writing and business and videography. And I'm doing something important to me. So, yeah, let's talk about the novel a little bit, because this is Write With Me Wednesday. I'm working on chapter 9. I'm actually starting chapter 9 right now, and I don't like it at all in the first draft. Like, I remember writing the first draft in this specific chapter. I really liked this chapter because it was like a pivotal moment in the novel, which it still is. But like, I fucking hate it. Like, it's like 10 pages, and I can't even read like 3 of them because I'm like, this is pointless. All this is pointless. This is stupid. And I'm like, I have a really bad habit of writing, and I'm just, the only way to get through this is just to learn how to not do this. But like, I'll have an idea for a chapter and I'll write that, but that idea in itself is like a paragraph or 1 page, and then I have to have all these other pages, and I'm like, well, what the fuck did I write in the other pages? Because that one idea was only 1 page long, and that's all I wanted in this chapter. And then so like the other 8 pages are just fucking nonsense and filler, which is complete shit. And that's kind of what happened in this chapter. It's like, I had this one idea, like this one thing I wanted to happen in this chapter, and it literally happens in like a paragraph. And the rest of the fucking chapter is just like just filler, like bullshit. So what I'm thinking about doing in chapter 9 in the second draft is just having a self-reflection moment for the main character, and then which is like maybe 2 or 3 pages, and then from that just having that one moment that I need to be in this chapter, and then having that tie in with the self-reflection and personal reflection of the characters. So like a really condensed, like, short chapter, but I think it'll be okay, because like, variety is good. You don't want all your chapters to be the exact same length anyway, because that gets monotonous. So maybe this will be good. And one of the most important stories I've ever written, it was like a really, like, I wrote like a long story and revised it over and over and over, but then I shrank it down to 2 pages and like got to the point, and that's when it became like a really good story. So I think that's what I'm gonna do in chapter 9, and just condense it down. I want to make the characters going through something. I want them to feel like a lot of guilt, unnecessary guilt from doing nothing wrong, because that's a normal thing that people face. People feel guilty all the time for fucking nothing. And I think this is like a really good time to put that in here. yeah, I'm probably just gonna start chapter 9 right now and probably only write like a fucking paragraph because I'm so tired. And it's really late and I have to work really early. But yeah, so I guess I don't have a day off until Wednesday, so tomorrow I think I'll probably have a little time to write after work, so I don't know, I guess I'll catch up in this video when I have something important to say on a different day. For right now, I'm just gonna write just a little bit, just enough to get the chapter started and then go to bed. I'm sorry if this video is like really dark because it's nighttime and really quiet, but I'm literally having to whisper into a lapel microphone. But I guess this is part of the beautiful like part of grind, like working really hard towards something feels amazing when you're like crunching and you like have no fucking time to do anything but you still make time for it. And so like I hope I look back at this and be like, in the middle of the fucking night I have to whisper into a lapel microphone in front of my cell phone because I want to make a video for people and I want to do something important and this is all I can do right now. So that's it. I just kind of a stream of consciousness thing and just to get my thoughts out. But let me know what you guys think about that because I fucking love videos like this. I love making them and I love watching other people's videos like this, and it like helps me get my mind right. So let me know what you guys think about just me kind of sharing my thoughts with you guys, even if I'm not like doing something physically right now to show you guys. But alright, I'm gonna end it there. I'll catch up with you guys in a minute when I have some progress to show you guys. What's up, guys? It's Genie the Great. Oh shit. Alright, what's up, guys? So I'm back again. It's Monday night and it's pretty late again, just trying to get some writing done before I go to sleep because I have no time to write. Yeah, in the last clip I was a little too quiet, so once again I have the lapel microphone on. My mom's going to sleep and she's right below me. So I still have to speak quietly, but I think last time it was a little too quiet. So I'm going to try to speak a little bit louder, but yeah, I want to actually like talk while I'm writing tonight instead of just talking and then writing off camera. So I'm still on chapter 9. I only wrote about half a page last night before I went to sleep. Yeah, I'm pretty tired. And I'm just going to see how much writing I can get done before I like completely pass out. So hopefully I can stay up for a little while. Yeah, I just got off work not too long ago. It was interesting. I was kind of like reflecting on how different people are. Like, I work pretty far away from where I live, and the city I work in is completely different from the city I live in. And so at work, it's a very bad part of town. It's really close to, I guess I could say it, really close to downtown Nashville. It's not in Nashville, but in that area. And there's a lot of like weird people there. There's a lot of drug addicts. And the store I work in is a really, really high theft store. And I work in the highest theft department of the store. So I'm constantly interacting with thieves and dealing with all that. And of course the thieves are on drugs. So I'm dealing with all these drug addicts and just classless people in general. Like even the people that aren't stealing and aren't on drugs, they're just very low class. And I'm not looking down on people that are low class. I am kind of looking down on the drug addicts, but I don't want you guys to think like I'm looking down on people that don't have money. That's not at all what I've been there. Yeah, I grew up very poor, but I don't know, it's like I've worked at other retail stores before, and some that are closer to where I live, it's like, yeah, of course we have people that come in there and they might be drunk or very rude or very classless people, but it's every now and then. Whereas where I work now, it's every single customer. And it's just become the norm. Like, that's what's normal there. And people steal all the time. Like, the theft is so bad. Like, tons and tons of stuff walks out the door every day. But,
the other day, my coworker, who I've grown up with, she's been my friend since I was 8 years old. She was just cleaning out one of our shelves, just cleaning things up, making the shelves look nice, easier to shop. And there was like tool bags, and she reached into the box and grabbed out some tool bags, and there was a fucking needle in the box that someone had used to shoot up right there in the store, and then toss the needle into the boxes, into the shelves of merchandise. And, you know, that could have, like, she could have gotten stuck with that. A customer could have gotten stuck with that. A little kid could have gotten stuck with that, you know. Luckily, no one did get pricked, but she found it and discarded it. But today, we were watching this thief who I've caught stuffing crap down his pants before. So we were watching him out in the parking lot, and just to see where he went. I think he was homeless. Our parking lot is surrounded by bushes, and people literally, like, tons of homeless people live in those bushes. And then they come and steal from us and then go right back out in the bushes. And they do that to buy drugs. But we were watching this one guy, and it's very clear that he's high. And I'm not talking about high on weed or anything like that. Very, very bad substances. And we were watching him out in the parking lot. And then he's just kind of going in circles. He keeps staring at the ground. He's kind of hiding behind cars. We're like, oh my God, just leave already. And then he came back to us, and we're like, what the hell? And he goes, like, very, very high, very strung out. He said, I just want to let you guys know that someone left a needle in the parking lot. And we just thought, you know, he ditched the needle there, then saw us watching him, and then got, like, nervous and came and told us it was someone else's needle. It could have been someone else's needle, I don't know. But that's just like another example. Like, we've had people overdose in the bathrooms, like customers come in and use our bathrooms and then overdose in them and shoot up in them. And it's very different from how I was raised, and the kind of life I live at my house is very, very different from that. You know, I live in a very small town, a very white town. Not to say these drug addicts, most of the drug addicts that I run into on a daily basis are white, but I have a very sheltered neighborhood that I live in, and I'm very, very lucky to have this kind of surrounding. But I was just kind of reflecting on that, because that's like so normal where I work. And then I came home last night, and my mom had the door locked, which she locks the door if she's asleep and I come home late. But she was awake and she had the door locked, and I'm like, why'd you lock me out? And she said, oh, well, our little Facebook community, my neighborhood has a Facebook page. She said, they've been saying that there's a suspicious car driving around, and there was police officers driving around just patrolling to make sure nothing happened. And I just locked the doors. And then she said one person, like one of our neighbors, posted on there that he was on his porch with a flashlight making sure nothing bad happened. And I don't know, it's kind of surreal. It's completely different, because whatever suspect they were probably watching was probably only stealing, like just, you know, breaking into cars and getting loose change or radios, or, you know, maybe robbing houses. And like, they haven't prosecuted anyone, so it was like maybe they were thinking about doing that before the cops showed up. But that's like really out of the ordinary here, and it's a big deal because he's stealing change out of a car or something like that. And I don't know, that to me seems so much more harmless than some of the shit that I see going on just at work. But anyways, I was just kind of reflecting on how different, even though a 40-minute drive could like send me into a completely different world. And I'm very, very lucky to have grown up where I've grown up. But anyways, I don't know. If you guys have any comments on that, let me know in the comments below what you guys think about different neighborhoods and different cultures and stuff like that. But anyways, it's time to write. I'm so fucking tired. I don't know why I just ranted for 20 minutes. But yeah, I told you guys in the earlier clip that I kind of want to turn this into a reflection, personal reflection of one of the characters. So that's what I'm working on now. And I just kind of want to get deep inside this character's head. It's really crazy because, like, I just got out of the shower, so I'm messing with my hair a lot. But it's really crazy because these characters are fictional, and I completely made them up out of my own imagination. But then It's like creating another entity, because now I have to write about them and I really have to be inside their mind. So I have to become that person while I write. And it's strange because in that moment, that person is real and I really have to figure out what they are thinking and what their actions are and how they behave. But at the same time, it's like I created them so they could behave any way I want them to. But I don't know, it's like I created this character and now it's completely different from me. And I have to become that character and learn. I have to learn the behavior of that character, but it's a fictional character I made up. So it's crazy. But yeah, I'm just trying to get in the zone. In the zone and in the mindset to do that. So definitely what I'm trying to do in this part of the chapter is really describe very vividly everything that's going on inside this character's mind and the emotions they're facing. And it's this is something I find very difficult. I've noticed in my writing, it's very hard to describe the emotions of a character without saying, this character's very scared right now. This character's sad. I don't know, I've been kind of researching what other writers do to express the emotions of a character and get inside that character's head. So I'm trying to focus on that. They say, like, to describe the emotions, you can actually describe the physical state a person is in. So instead of saying this character is very scared, you could say their heart's pounding really fast, their muscles are tense, their stomach aches, their head pounds, something like that. Their hands are sweaty, they're shivering, anything like that. So you don't have to say they're scared, you could show it. And it's always better to show, not tell. So I've just written about another half a page, and I really just kind of wanted, like I said, to get into the character's mind and describe what's going on. I feel like I'm too literal when I describe what's going on in the scene of the story, and I'm very linear about it. I'm like, this happens, this happens, this happens, this happens. Here's some description, here's some emotion, but then this happens, and this happens. And I kind of want to explore setting the scene through the character's eyes and through their emotions, not describing them in a scene, but describing their actions. And because of that, you get to see some of the setting in the scene. So I thought I would read a couple of paragraphs that I just wrote. And this is all like, hasn't been proofread or anything like that. I'll go back and clean it up tomorrow. But this is all kind of just the first thought. I don't know what I'm kind of saying. Just like not the rough draft, but like the first go around. Just typed it out of my head. Didn't look back and didn't read it. But I'm just trying to describe what the character is feeling. So might as well share that with you because it's Write With Me Wednesday. So you guys get a little sneak peek into what I'm writing. So the only setup you need for what I'm about to read is her mother is sick. So she lived with her parents, but her mother got sick. So they sent her off to her uncle and aunt's house. And she just got back from trying to run away. Back to the aunt and uncle's house. And I guess that's pretty much what you need to know. Her mom was sick, and her aunt and uncle are more well off than she is. And it kind of goes with what I was just ranting about, how the neighborhood I live in is completely different from the people that I see during my work. And just kind of like how one person can experience two sides of life and how it affects them. Anyways, might as well read it. So, like, again, I'll go back and clean this up later. So some of the words are wrong and some stuff is wrong, but it's rough. Bear with me. All right. Aunt Martha consoles me incessantly. She pats me over and over. She reassures me that time after time that I am welcome here. She keeps apologizing. I want it to stop. All of her words, her selfish compassion clutters my brain. I'm physically exhausted and unable to keep up with her affection. I still have to go see Mama. I still don't belong here. I listen to her constant buzzing while I eat hot spaghetti off a crystal clean dinner plate. The overhead kitchen light flickers off the chandelier in the living room. The smell of a vanilla candle tucked away in an immaculately cleaned corner wafts into my nose as I scarf down the banquet. I've kicked off my shoes and digged my toes into the plush nylon carpet. The handmade oak table comes to the perfect height of my chair. Memories of eating boxed macaroni and cheese from a plastic plate on a dingy couch flash in my head. A freezing pain penetrates my aunt's buzzing and shoots through my entire body. My limbs go numb. My feet go cold. My heart drops through my torso. I'm not made for this. I am meant to be with Mama in that piece of shit house with my unforgiving father. So just 2 little paragraphs there. I already see stuff I need to fix. But it's cool what reading out loud can do. Can make you see a lot of typos that your eyes just glance over because your eyes fill in words all the time. So hearing it out loud and actually having to read it and speak it kind of brings to attention some of the problems. And also it's, if you write something kind of backwards or clustered, reading it out loud and hearing it through your ears kind of like brings attention to the fact that it's written wrong. So yeah, just a couple paragraphs. I think I'm gonna keep going with this tonight. I'm so fucking tired. I'm just trying to think of like anything I want to add before I cut this video off. I think I might add another paragraph or 2 onto the story before I go to sleep. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of experiencing things I've never experienced through my story, which is crazy because it's my own imagination. And there's this rule in writing, and one of my professors in college stressed this so bad. It's write what you know. Like, stick with what you know. Because too many, and I get where he's coming from, too many times novice writers like myself try to write this grand story about shit they've never experienced, stuff they've never lived through, stuff they don't really know about, and it's just not believable. It comes off like they're trying to go for this wow factor. They write about drug kingpins and gangs and things they've never experienced, and they try to make it over the top, and it becomes unbelievable and just unreadable. But then I've had other writers tell me, don't write what you know, because if you only stick with what you know, you'll never grow as a writer. Your stuff will all be the same, and you just won't learn from it. And I understand that too, but I think there's a middle ground. I think it's good to start with what you know, but don't be afraid to explore. If you are writing something new, it's very important to research that, and I've learned that the hard way. I have. And definitely like start with what you know and let that inspire you to grow your story and to grow your writing and to grow your style. And what I'm writing right now, I have not lived through. I don't know anything about it, and I went into it without researching it enough. And one of my beta readers caught it and was like, you made a huge mistake in your novel, which is basically why I have to rewrite the entire thing now, because it's the best way to fix that mistake. But yeah, if you're gonna write about something that you don't really know that much about, just really, really research it. And less is more in writing. You don't have to go for the big kingpin drug cartel. You can start with a neighborhood pot dealer, you know, something small. And you don't even have to start with that. It can be something even smaller than that. So, I don't know. That's kind of where my thoughts are right now. I'm just gonna clean up a little things that I see wrong here, and then add a little bit more if I think of anything else, and go to sleep. I enjoy that, the fact that I have to struggle to make time to write, because I think that's gonna make me appreciate time more. If all I had was all the time in the world to write and to focus on my writing, I think I would appreciate it a lot less and use my time a lot less wisely. So I think it's good that my time is to be cherished and used wisely. But okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Alright guys, so I'm actually going to call that here and end the video here just because it's plenty long enough and I don't really have much that I could add that would make it any better. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed kind of a podcasty video, but yeah, let me know if you guys like the longer videos, but I'm just going to keep writing tonight, keep working on chapter 9, I'm about halfway done, and I'll see you guys on the next Write With Me Wednesday. Stay motivated, stay inspired, and stay happy. See ya.